The vintage vibes are strong today. We're rolling with it, whatever. Hi, my name is Lauren, and today I'm going to be sharing all of my skincare favorites with you guys. I've had a lot of people messaging me saying that your skin looks so great. What are you doing? I even had my dentist comment on my skin. She's like, your skin looks fantastic. Where do you get your facials? And I was like, I don't get facials, but I do use really great skincare. So everything I'm going to be sharing today, for the most part, was purchased by myself. There was, I think, one item gifted from a brand and then a couple items that my friend gave me. But aside from that, most of this has been purchased by me. So let's start off by kind of talking about my skin. My skin is somewhat combination. I do get more oily through my T-zone. I am slightly acne prone. I do have hormonal breakouts periodically, and my skin is slightly sensitive. So I do have to be cautious with what I'm using and how many products I'm layering and things like that. I take a very conservative approach with how many things that I put on my skin. Usually I will cleanse my face, I will put on some sort of a mist and a serum, and then a moisturizer if it's during the daytime, and SPF. And that's kind of it. I really try to keep it pretty simple and pared back because my skin is happiest when I'm putting less on it. A great example of this is if I'm using some sort of acid exfoliator, I'm not going to use retinol that same night. Always making sure to kind of alternate, make sure I'm not using acids too frequently or retinol too frequently. But anyway, so let's go ahead and start with all of the products that I really, really love. So we'll start with the cleansers because I feel like it's really important to have well cleansed skin because that's going to enhance the absorption of other products that you put on afterwards. It's going to make everything lay nice and smooth. It's going to keep your skin from breaking out. So we'll start with one of my favorites, which is from Understory Botanicals, the Blue Velvet Cleanser. As you can see, it's a bright blue color. It is gorgeous. This retails for 58 Canadian dollars or 46.14 US dollars. So what makes this so special is it's this balm, cleansing balm, great for taking off makeup, and it's got pineapple enzymes, so it has like a very gentle exfoliating property. But what I love so much about this in particular is that when you, see if I have enough water on here to do this, oh I do. When you start mixing in water, you get this really milky emulsion, and then when you get all of that off of your skin is left so soft, you don't have any oily residue. Fantastic for breaking down makeup and sunscreen. And usually that's enough for me, but if I'm going to use my microcurrent device, I do have to make sure to use a gel cleanser afterwards to remove any oily residue from this that you can't see because oil inhibits the conductivity of microcurrent. So when I'm using microcurrent, I like to use my Versed Wash It Out Gel Cleanser. This is not expensive at all. It's like $9, but it's completely oil-free, and it has ceramides and rose water. So it's incredibly gentle. It just has that like very faint rose water smell. It really doesn't smell like much of anything, but I'll put a little bit on my hand and show you. You do get a nice little bit of a lather with this, which is, I think, pretty pleasant, but here you go, a little bit of gel there. Let's rub that around, and just like before, I'm gonna try to show you what all of this stuff looks like. Whoa, making a huge mess of my bathroom. And we'll just try to it's harder to see, but you can see there's a little bit of a light foaming action. It doesn't leave your skin feeling stripped. So I think that's an excellent cleanser pick. All right, moving on to exfoliators. This has been a challenging category for me personally with how sensitive and reactive my skin can be at times. So the first thing that I really started incorporating that is like an acid exfoliator is the Droplette glycolic pods. The Droplette device is $299, and then the pods that you can order on a monthly subscription basis are $79 each. And the glycolic is an 8% solution of glycolic acid. It never has given me any irritation, which is really surprising because acids were really giving my skin trouble before. But I think the glycolic from Droplette is amazing. And also because it goes so deep into your skin, I feel like that's part of why the irritation was so minimal when I started using this. So I was using this initially like once a week, and then I was able to bump it up to twice a week. The next thing that I really, really love that is an acid exfoliant is the Peach and Lily Super Reboot Resurfacing Mask. The big size of this is 43. I have the smaller one. This is from my friend Sasha. This has 10% AHA, 0.5% BHA, blue agave. Sorry, I'm reading this off because there are so many details for all of these skincare products. Centella asiatica, chamomile, aloe, and hyaluronic acid. This I noticed when I put it on, there is a gentle tingling sensation. It does not last for a long time, but Alicia Yoon, the creator of Peach and Lily, also has sensitive skin. So obviously she's gonna make things that are compatible with people that have sensitive skin. And this is like instant reset. Like I feel like I notice the results quicker from this one than I do the glycolic from Droplette. And I tend to kind of alternate with these. I'll use this like once a week, and then I'll use my Droplette once a week or so. I try not to go overboard with exfoliating because my skin will get really sensitive and kind of freak out. But about twice a week has been really, really good for my skin. Now I want to talk about masks that I use, because I do use a mask at least like once a week. This is the Pore Proof Perfecting Clay Mask from Peach and Lily. This is also $43, and it has kaolin and bentonite clays, wild cherry, strawberry, and licorice. And what I like so much about this mask is it is a really thick, luxurious texture. You don't need a lot of it. And I have found not only does this like purge out my pores and help get rid of blackheads, but it doesn't feel tight. Like most clays will feel kind of tight on your skin, and this one really does not, but it's this really lovely thick texture. And I usually leave this on like 15-20 minutes. Sometimes I'll put it on when I pop into a bath and let it do its thing. And I really, really love this. I'm gonna wipe that off. Get it off of my hand. Another clay purging kind of mask that I love is another product from Understory Botanicals, the Smooth Terrain. This was a gifted item. And she also sent me her little brush. So this is 64 Canadian dollars or 54-ish US dollars. And it has kaolin clay, Reusable clay, 3 different forms of vitamin C from camu camu, rose hip extract, and L-ascorbic acid. It also has colloidal oats and allantoin. And then there's also the blend that she puts in all of her products with calendula, chamomile, rose, hydrangea leaf extract, and helichrysum flowers. So what's special about this though? You mix it with water yourself, and that helps to preserve the potency of vitamin C. So not only does this help to purge your pores a bit, but it also helps to brighten and makes your skin feel so soft. I really love that this has oats in it too, because as someone with more sensitive skin, again, I am always looking for ways to be kind of gentle and kind with my skin. So this is a fantastic product, and a little goes a long way. You mix it up yourself. Love this. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is a mist that I put on. I like to do this after I've cleansed my skin, before I put on a serum, because it's kind of like an extra little dose of hydration. And in this case, vitamins, and you'll see it's Peach and Lily again. If you're noticing a trend here, I really, really like Peach and Lily. So this is their Glass Skin Veil Mist, and this retails for $29. It has cucumber water, peach extract, reishi mushroom, lotus extract, cica, ceramides, licorice, vitamin E, aloe, and Volusmooth, which is a silicone alternative, but it has burdock root, mulberry, and bamboo. This stuff is just so lovely. There's no fragrance to it, but it really does make your skin look more luminous and kind of cushiony. I kind of felt whatever about mists before. It's something that I really was not expecting to love a whole lot, but it's like an extra little dose of those antioxidants to kind of layer on before you put on the rest of your skincare products. I don't know. I really love what it does for my skin. And my skin has been really, really happy using tons of Peach and Lily. Now, the next thing that kind of set off my love for Peach and Lily is their Glass Skin Refining Serum. This stuff is like amazing. I will actually put a photo up here. I started using this before I started trying anything else from Peach and Lily, and I saw a huge change on my skin, a reduction of redness. My acne went away and started just like fading all of those like post-acne marks that were on my skin. My pores looked so much smoother from using this. I'll just show you what this glass skin looks like because it's just like little bits of heaven. It's just this really thin, almost watery like serum. And the way that it makes your skin feel so hydrated is just, it's a drink of water. It's freaking love. Freaking love it. This is $39. I got the big bottle. I think they should make an even bigger bottle. That's just me. I freaking love this stuff. I think this is something that's really kind of great for all skin types. So let me tell you why. It has, I'm gonna read off this whole roster because again, Peach and Lily packs a ton of really skin-loving ingredients that are not irritating to sensitive skin. So peach extract, niacinamide, East Asian mountain yam, metacassoide, hyaluronic acid complex. So you have short, medium, and long chain. So it's going to penetrate at different depths within your skin. So you're really going to get the hydrated, plump juiciness, and a peptide complex. And like, let me just tell you, this really does live up to the name of glass skin. I think this and the mist combined, so good. Highly recommend. And you guessed it, more Peach and Lily. For my eye cream, I am using their Pure Peach Retinoic eye cream to brighten and tighten. This is $42. I use like the teensiest little pea. Use a little more than that normally, but it's just very, it's nice. It feels really moisturizing without being heavy or overly greasy, which I really like. I don't want anything too heavy around my eyes because I do have a tendency to start developing milia around my eyes if I use anything too rich and heavy. But the texture of this is so lovely, and I feel like my under eyes have looked a bit brighter, and I feel like my fine lines have diminished quite a bit. Take a minute to talk about some retinol products that I like. Historically, when I first started trying retinol, I had some really bad experiences with dryness and flaking and peeling skin. Like, it was awful. And I was using like the tiniest amount, doing it like once a week, dry skin, you know, doing everything right. And my skin, when I first started retinol, was so bad. But I think that there are ways to use retinol if you are like me and you've struggled to use retinol. I think it really just comes down to using products that have slightly lower concentrations of retinol. And I've seen a really great improvement in my skin with kind of the overall lift in collagen. I kind of feel like over the past few years, I've been able to stave off major changes in my skin by finding products that are gentle and that work. So again, Understory Botanicals, the Golden Hour Serum. This has micro-encapsulated retinol at 0.5%. It also has sea buckthorn, hyaluronic acid, peptides, manuka honey, niacinamide, and vitamins A, B, C, D, and E. It is lovely. I think this stuff is fantastic. It has this bright golden color from the ingredients inside of it. Really nice, thin, serumy texture. And I'm telling you, when you wake up, your skin is left so glowy and just beautiful. It's like taking a multivitamin. Like that is like what I think Golden Hour does for your skin. It's a little more pricey than some of the other products that Understory has. This one is 112 Canadian, and I'd have to look it up what the US conversion for that is, but it's a bit pricier than some of her other stuff, but I think very much so worth it. Now, the other product that I really love that has some retinol in it is also kind of like a do-it-all, everything but the kitchen sink kind of product, and it is from U Beauty, and it's the Resurfacing compound. This stuff, it's really expensive. So 15 milliliters is $88, 30 milliliters is $148, and 50, the big boy right here, is $228. I got this in my Curator box. I did not like just dive in and spend that much on something because that scares me. But like, I will tell you the ironic part. Yeah, here I am. I'm like, yes, you should buy this without having tried the smaller one. This stuff really is incredible. Initially, they recommend you use it both morning and night to start out. And then after about 2 weeks, you can taper off to just nightly. So this stuff has what they call siren capsules. And basically they avoid the healthy skin by luring the damaging free radicals out of your skin, like a magnet is what they say. And it has antioxidants, stabilized vitamin C, vitamin E, retinol in the form of retinol palmitate, and hyaluronic acid and AHAs. Like it literally, I don't know how they shoved all of that into one bottle, but they did, and it's freaking awesome. So this stuff is this like very jelly kind of texture. It almost reminds me of like aloe vera gel a bit. It's kind of got this like, it's definitely a different type of slick than some of my other products, but it absorbs really quickly, works really well. I noticed when I was using this, I have some little like sunspot freckles that kind of pop up, and this really seemed to make those disappear, and my skin looked a lot smoother when I was using it really consistently. And so now I just kind of use it alternating with this throughout the week, and also avoiding days that I'm using any type of acid. And yes, it's expensive, but I also think it's fabulous. So I don't know, consider it. Let's talk about moisturizers, because I think there are so many great ones on the market. I have a few that I use pretty consistently, and one of those is Phytosurgence Verdant Forcefield. There is basically a cult following for this stuff, and if you have ever tried to order from their website, they are often sold out of it. It is amazing. It is this bright green color. This retails for 38 Canadian dollars and about $30 US dollars. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that fun color. It's like green tea. So that's actually one of the ingredients. So in this, there is aloe, panthenol, allantoin, centella, and green tea. So it's kind of like a little antioxidant cocktail for your skin. And the way that this feels, it's kind of got this like plushness to it. And this stuff under makeup, like it is so amazing. It makes like for the perfect amount of slip so that your base products glide around, but it also doesn't make everything slide off of your face. I don't know how they did it, but that stuff is really, really good. And it's not crazy expensive. And I think that this is great for both morning or evening. Yeah, huge fan. And this one, this is something I use pretty much exclusively at night, is the Indie Lee Retinol Alternative Cream. I didn't include this in my retinol section because this doesn't contain any retinols. It's really just like a nice overnight moisturizing cream with some products that are going to help stimulate turnover similar to retinol. So this is $72, and the cool thing about this is it has a refill option. Try not to break it. So you can pop this out and then you get a new refill, and the refills are $62 as opposed to getting the whole thing, which is $72. There is an ingredient called rambutan, which is like a small fruit, I believe. Also paracress extract, squalane, orange milk tree extract to plump and moisturize. It really does have a luxurious, rich texture. You can see how it kind of squeezed out there. It's a little bit thicker, so when it squeezes out of that little tiny hole, you can see the pattern. It really does have a nice, thick, like almost occlusive feeling texture. And so I really, really like this at night, and I feel like my skin has kind of a velvety quality in the morning when I've used this the night before. I'm a really, really big fan of it. I haven't been using it for a terribly long time, but I've enjoyed it enough that I wanted to include it in this video. And this is also something that I was gifted via Octoly. So kind of getting closer to the end of our video, we're gonna go into some SPF because I do think that is important, especially as the warmer months are approaching. Sorry, I've got like so much stuff on my hand. My left hand is really well moisturized. My right hand, not so much. Okay, so for basically like an everyday moisturizer that I really love, oftentimes I'll put on my mist and my serum, and then I'll put on this SPF. It is the Cerave, the Ultralight Moisturizing Lotion, and this is more mattifying. It's an SPF 30, and this has ceramides as well as hyaluronic acid. So it's a really nice light cream. It's it doesn't really leave like a white cast because it's not a mineral sunscreen. This is a chemical sunscreen, but I don't find this to be like irritating around my eyes. But yeah, it rubs in really, really nicely. It's not greasy at all, which is always kind of a big concern when you're someone who's combination. Really, really like how makeup layers over this. I don't have any issues with pilling, which can sometimes happen with sunscreens. This has been fantastic for like an everyday kind of thing. And it comes in this pump, so you don't have to worry about like a glass bottle breaking, which is nice. The next one, and I have loved this stuff for years. It's more now something that I use like if I'm going to be outside for a long period of time, is the La Roche-Posay, oh God, it's a long name, It's literally the longest one on my sheet. Hold on. La Roche-Posay Anthelios AOX Daily Antioxidant Face Serum with SPF 50. That's a lot. That's a lot. But this is 4250, SPF 50, has those antioxidants in it. And this is kind of like a sunscreen that I think is fantastic for people who kind of hate sunscreen or find it annoying or greasy or heavy. So it's this really nice kind of liquidy serum, and it's just, I mean, it disappears into nothing in about 2.5 seconds. Also does not burn my eyes. There's no fragrance to either of those. And so, like I said, I really like this one because it has a little bit stronger of an SPF when I'm going to be outside longer, as opposed to just kind of like a daily SPF. And the final category for skincare that I really truly love and use is tools. I think that tools can make a humongous difference in the way that your skin looks. There's so many like highly specialized tools that are coming onto the market. So let's start with one that's kind of basic and simple. This is the Anma by Mann. This is $55, and this is designed to massage and loosen the fascia. You can really get in here and like hug the curves of your face. You can do your jawline. Feels amazing on the neck. The way that this is shaped is really pretty unique, so you can kind of get in between the eyebrows. You can use it on your scalp. I freaking love this thing. I've had a lot of different facial massaging devices, and I find that I reach for this one the most often, and I feel like it does the most in terms of relaxing my facial muscles and kind of all of my head and neck as well. So I know my friend Jen from Aloha Jen's beauty blog, she also really loves this too. I've seen her post about it quite a bit. Next thing that I have fallen in love with kind of recently. I don't know if any of you have seen the thing called, they're like frownies, wrinkle patches that you can use overnight. I loved the idea of those, but I've never used those specifically. And I didn't really love that it's just like, you know, one-time use. I kind of like to be more eco-conscious and that sort of thing. So Pacifica came out with these silicone patches. And basically what you do is you put on your skincare. You use some sort of serum. You don't want to use like a really heavy moisturizer if you're going to leave it on overnight the way that I do, because I'm going to stretch my wrinkles out. But you use some sort of serum on your skin, and then you just simply stick these on. I also have the under eye ones. I don't like sleeping in those. They bug my eyes for some reason when I sleep in them, but I do wear those for a little bit every night. And those go like right here. All of these reusable silicone patches are $15. I've had mine for about 2 months now. And I'm just now noticing that my Pacifica forehead patch is starting to lose some of its like stick. I do wash mine. I wash it with a little bit of soap and water, and I just lay it out flat to dry. But this thing has been an absolute game changer. I feel like it works great as an inclusive to seal in your skincare, but also I feel like there is something to it physically stretching out your wrinkles overnight. You just kind of like hold your forehead up and stick it on. And I notice like the results typically last most of the day until I'm ready to put on my patch again. So I think that's been a really great investment. I mean, $15 for every 2 months is really not a bad investment. I do think it's time to get a new one though. It's not going to last you forever. And I kind of mentioned this one earlier. This is a bit of a dive to invest in. This is the Droplette device. These are really special because you put a capsule pod inside of here. I mentioned the glycolic one earlier. They also have a retinol and a collagen. I have tried all of them. My favorites have been the glycolic and the collagen. The collagen capsules are really pretty interesting because they have an ingredient in there that acts similar to Botox on a topical manner, and it goes 20 times deeper into your skin than regular skincare by itself. It creates this really fine mist. And I just think that this thing is really, really techy and really cool, and I have seen a change in my skin from using it. The very final thing that I want to talk about today, which I did a recent like extended video on, is the Pore. This was gifted to me from them. This is a microcurrent device, so those little tiny currents go into your skin when you use a conductive gel, and it activates your muscles and it makes them have a little workout of sorts. So you're gonna get more lift through your cheekbones, you're gonna get lift around your eyes. I've noticed even on my neck, because I've always had kind of banding on my neck even since I was a child. I've noticed like that's not as deep looking. It looks a little more lifted and a little more youthful. This is one of those things you do have to use it consistently to see results, but you definitely see results from using this. So the big one is $299. They do have the Bare Mini, which is $199. And I have links for this and the Droplette. I'll have a link for my shop list so that if you want to shop any of this and you use my link, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does give me a little bit of a kickback. And just kind of, helps me out as a creator to continue to be able to buy stuff and share my thoughts about all of it with you. It's just a really easy way to support me that doesn't cost you anything extra if you're already considering buying some of these things. But I hope that this has been a really thorough, comprehensive roundup of my thoughts of all of this. This is all stuff I really, really love, and I hope that you will too. If you ever have any questions, please drop them below. Please know I am not an esthetician. I am not like some skincare professional. I am a licensed cosmetologist, so I can talk to you about hair, which that's going to be another video coming up soon anyway. But yeah, I hope that this has been helpful if you've been curious about these products or wondering what I'm doing differently with my skin. And if you enjoyed this, give it a little thumbs up. That does help other people to find my channel. And if you enjoy this type of content, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an upload. And I will see you next time. Bye.